Okay, so I received a very exciting parcel, Smart Body Analyzer. I have used scales like this before that do your body composition and provide a lot of information aside from just your actual weight. So I'm really keen to try these. So we've got Smart Body Analyzer manual. So batteries included, a tape measure's included, the manual and the body analyzers. Okay, so they look cool, don't they? Rather simple. These are like electrode controls on the ends. Right, so I've been using the scales for a few weeks now. And one of the things that I love is that it doesn't just record my data. You can have any number of people on there. So my son, my mum, who's 82, has used it. My daughter, and I've used it with a few clients. Okay, and we're all super impressed. But I just want to show you how easy it is to use. So you need to download the app on your phone, and that just takes a couple of minutes. And then when you have got the app, it's going to ask you just to put in a little bit of data about each individual. So for me, it's like your date of birth, so you can calculate your age, whether you're male, female, and your height. And then the rest of the data is collected as you go onto the body analyzer. It's called Smart Body, and trust me, it is really smart. So I don't need to sell it to you because this is going to sell itself when I explain to you how it works. I have used these, other body composition analyzers before, and this is so small, compact, and it just goes up that other level in terms of the information that it gives you. It's very clever. And then what's great, because it saves your data, you can compare where you were to where you are now and just analyze if there's any changes. So it's telling me I'm not connected. So I click on there. I'm going to stand on here and it's telling me that we're connecting. I need to put this down, otherwise it's going to weigh my phone as well. And it's come up to tell me that my weight is done. It's given me that in kilograms. And then it's telling me to take hold of the electrodes, okay, and place my thumb here and just hold, and it will start to collect the data. 100%, so it beeps to tell you it's got all the information that it needs. You just step off. That's now stored on the app, and I'm going to talk you through some of the things that I particularly like. So just going to the actual manual here, it's really straightforward, really concise, even to the point where it tells you how to stand on the analyzer and how to hold the electrodes. Okay, so it has given me my weight. We knew that right from the start. And then it breaks down your muscle mass, your fat. It gives you a percentage of water in your body. It talks about minerals. It talks about protein. So lots of really useful information, and it gives you a range as to whether you're under, whether your reading is normal or whether it's over, and then just a bit more detail about what that means for each individual. So when it talks about minerals, so it talks about whether your level is under, normal or over, and what can cause it to be over, under, and exactly what a mineral is and what your body uses them for. It gives your body fat levels, which are really useful to know, really useful. Because if your body fat is over, then you are more prone to heart disease and other health conditions. So you might actually look quite lean, but your body fat might be quite high. So it's really useful piece of information. It gives you an obesity analysis. So your body mass index, so where you are on that scale, whether it's your body mass is under, over or normal, and at your shape as well, whether it's athletic, whether it's average, whether it's slightly obese. And then what I really like is it breaks it down into segments. So in terms of your fat analysis, so are you carrying a lot around your trunk? On your limbs, and it breaks that down as to whether, again, the range is under, over or normal on those various parts of your body. And then this bit's really clever. It talks about your distribution of muscles on different parts of your body. So why this is useful is So for example, I work with some clients who have maybe had knee hip surgery. I work with clients who've had an injury. They might have broken an arm, broken a leg. So you're naturally going to have muscle wastage. And what this does, it gives you analysis of, say they broke their right arm, and then you can make a comparison from the right to left arm. And then as they build strength and they train, it's how that muscle mass improves. But for me, I haven't had an injury. However, I know that I am much stronger on my right side, stronger in my right arm, stronger in my right leg, right glutes. And this has picked this up. So it tells me how much muscle I've got in kilograms in my right arm compared to my left, right leg compared to my left. And it's clearly saying that I've got more muscle on the right side to the left. So if I really wanted to go into this with my training, I could then focus on more strength-based exercises, isolating it to that left side. And then I would be able to see if there was an improvement in the muscle mass. Very clever. And then it breaks down even further. And this is so clever. So it gives you your body circumference. So neck, arms, chest, legs, hips, waist. It gives you your waist to hip ratio. Okay, and that is really important because it's a big indicator of your risk of obesity. And we know that that has health implications. Obviously, you want to be able to trust the information on there, but then it's like, okay, how does that body analyzer measure the circumference, and how does it, you saw how quickly it does all the measurements. So anyway, so this is my tape measure that I've pulled out the drawer. There is a tape measure that comes with the kit as well. It's saying that my hip ratio is 92. We are at 92 centimeters. So that is spot on. And again, that's really useful because sometimes when we are training and trying to lose weight, you might actually, on the actual scales, your weight might not be changing very much because as you're training, you're building muscle, and muscle weighs heavier than fat. So you might be putting in loads of hard work and you're just going, oh my gosh, I've hardly lost any weight, if that's your goal. But then, because this gives you your measurements, what you might then go, oh my gosh, so I haven't lost any weight, but I've lost a couple of centimetres on my waist. I've lost a couple of centimetres on my hips, on my arms. So that it's a different way of measuring progress. And I love that because I think we can get too hooked up on the scales and that number. And sometimes we need to go a little bit deeper. Well, we always need to go a little bit deeper, but sometimes we don't have the means to do that or the time to do it. Well, this is so quick. And now you have the means with the Smart Body Analyzer. And then the other thing, I'm just scrolling through the data, that is really useful for me and I think for everybody. So I am 53 years old. I am menopausal, and I know that as you go through the menopause and as you get older, so this is for men as well, as we age, our metabolic rate, the rate at which we burn energy, slows down. So therefore, as we get older, we need less calories daily, or we need to increase our exercise. If we continue to eat what we ate when we were 20 and we are 50 and our calorie intake hasn't changed and our exercise hasn't changed, then you are going to put weight on because the amount of energy your body is burning has slowed down. It's nothing you've done wrong. That's just what happens. So we often kind of have a guideline of going, okay, so I need 2,200 calories a day. But then I've done a class today and I've burnt 300 calories. So to maintain my weight, I need 2,500. No, you're not burning 2,200 calories a day. So this shows me as somebody who's very active, sporty, always on the move, my resting calorie burn is only 1,545. So if I didn't move and I didn't do anything all day, that's the calories I need to maintain my weight. It isn't as much as we think. However, because I exercise I walk my dog. I teach Pilates. I sometimes go for a run. I go in the gym. So then I will need more calories, and I can work out how many calories I need to maintain my weight, to gain weight, to lose weight, because I now know what my resting metabolic rate is per day, how many calories I'm burning per day without adding in any kind of exercise. That's really useful. Okay, so the body measurements we know are accurate. I actually think that calorie count is spot on. And it's really good for me personally to kind of had confirmation that the right side is stronger, the muscle mass is greater. And if I wanted to do something about that, I now have a way of measuring that. My water is fine, so I know that I'm staying well hydrated, which is really, again, useful. And my fat is fine. Okay, so we're good, we're healthy, but then this is a great way of staying on top of that. I love it. It's very smart, it's very clever, and I'm going to be using it a lot for myself and with clients as well. So thank you. Love it. Thumbs up from me.